Hello, everyone. How are you today? Hello, hello. How was your exam? Was it good?
Hello, teacher. Yes.
Okay.
Hey, teacher, I don't know.
Okay, my dear friends. I'm going to give you 10 minutes for working together in your group. Yeah. I'm going to send you to that room with your classmates. And after that, we will be back together. All of us need to have the cameras on during the debate. Remember, please. Okay. So that's the methodology. After we finish the debate, I will organize the rooms again and I will group you by choose. So I can go to each room to ask you individual questions. Okay. That's our plan. Questions before we start? Anything you want to say?
No, teacher.
Okay, so okay, Julian, thank you for raising your hand. What's up? Tell me. Julian, what's your question?
Hello. Okay. Debating when we were talking, for example, in the first part, opening statements, 6 students total, 3 students for each group. It would be one first, one of team A, then one of team B, and
Yes,
or
yes, exactly.
okay.
As the organization that I send you in our document, it has late interventions. Yes. So we are going to take turns. Yes, Julian, that's a good question. What else? What else do you want to know? Boys and girls. Okay, I'm creating the rooms for you to go and talk to your classmates, and please set up a plan, like, okay, because we need the organization, of course. You guys have the number of rounds. We have the number of minutes, of course. The idea is not to be so long, okay? So that will be a very good guide for you to organize your interventions. Okay. So let me send you to the rooms and I will see you in a bit. Take advantage of the time, please. Okay, don't worry that I'm still creating the rooms according to your teams.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay, don't worry. I'm sending you to your room. Don't worry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to finish with the other team, and now you guys are in room 1. Okay, go ahead. Okay, boys and girls. How was it? Was it good? Are you ready? Okay. First of all, before we start with our debate, I really want to thank you for all the time we were together. This is our goodbye because next week you guys will start your eSpeak call center course, but you will continue your process with your teacher Laura. Okay, so this is the end for us to be here together, and I really hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the learning process with us. I hope you have learned a lot, and I really wish you're, like everything you do in life succeeds. Okay, so this is my goodbye. I was so happy interacting with you, having, this time together. You guys are very active, very hard workers, and I really congratulate you for coming until this point, and I hope you guys continue until the end. Okay, and that's it. Anything you need, you just
Thank
have
you, teacher.
my email. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, my dear friends. It was a pleasure for me to work with you. I really had fun, even though we had like a very hard time together at 8 because that was, like the hardest time. Yeah, very late at night. But I really enjoyed and learned from you, and I hope you guys feel the same for me. And that's it. Thank you for everything. And today's our goodbye. Okay. Well, my dear friends, let's start with the debate. We're going to have the organization I send you. So in the first round, we have the opening statements, which team A will start. Yeah, I will listen to 3 students from team A first, then 3 students from team B in the opening statement. Yeah, and then we start with the rebuttal, yes, arguments. Other 3 students from each team. Yeah, first for team A, then for team B. Okay? And then at the end, we will have like the counter arguments and the closing statements. 2 students per group. Okay? So please turn your cameras on. Thank you, Natalia. Okay, good. Carlos, Julian, I can see you. All of you are ready. Okay, perfect. Elkin, Brian, and Judy, we are waiting for you. Okay, very good. Let's just check out, like I have the timer set because we cannot get longer. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go, let's relax. I'm going to be all quiet because the idea is that you guys are the ones who are participating in the debate, okay? But of course, I'm gonna be here with you. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with our team A, who presents the topic. Go ahead.
Okay, teacher. Good afternoon, classmates and teacher. Today we are going to debate about the restriction of social networks for young people under 16 years. In a world increasingly influenced by digitalization, great changes are affecting our society. The way we communicate, interact, and even buy and sell have evolved thanks to technology. However, with every progress, new challenges and dangers arise. One of these risks is the unrestricted presence of children and adolescents on social networks, who are often influenced in negative ways by the use and abuse of these social networks. The most used social networks in Colombia, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp, have conditions and policies of use, which include the minimum age to be on them. This may vary depending on the country and its legislation. In the case of Colombia, Law 109 of 2010 of the Congress of the Republic established that the minimum age allowed to access social networks is 14 years. According to the condition and policies of use of social networks, all profiles of children and adolescents who do not meet the regulatory age are rejected. However, this filter is easily to violate simply by entering a date of birth different from the real one. The reality is that the veracity of the accounts is rarely verified unless they fail to comply with some other rule or are reported by another user.
I totally agree with you, Natalia. Everyone proposed debates, laws, ideas to limit the addition of young people under 16 years of age, but that is only on paper. Today is all young people have access to the use of social networks, although there are limitations, they manage to access to inappropriate content. For example, some experts assert that even a 40-year-old child shouldn't access social networks because this affects the development of their identity. This is the opinion of the United States Surgeon General Vivek Murphy, who recently pointed out that 14 years old is a very young age for children to have access to social networks. Furthermore, access to social networks expose young people to sexting, to negative effect on school performance, to cyberbullying, and many other crimes. Added to have to the above is a recent study done by the ORG Healthy Children that argues that the consumption of social networks by children under 16 years of age has increased more rapidly in 2 years since the pandemic, COVID, than in the previous 4 years, and this has a underward trend.
Okay, firstly, it's crucial to understand that the adolescent's brain is in a continuous process of development. The areas of the brain responsible for judgment, decision making, and emotional regulation, such as the prefrontal cortex, are not fully mature in teenagers. This means that young individuals may be more susceptible to external influences, such as those encountered on social media. Social media platforms designed to keep users constantly engaged can have detrimental effects on the cognitive and emotional development of adolescents. The need for likes, comments, and followers can lead to a constant search for only validation. This can undermine teenagers' self-esteem as their sense of worth may heavily depend on the feedback they receive on social media. Furthermore, the constant exposure to comparison with others on social media can generate anxiety and depression among young people. Adolescents may feel pressured to present a perfect imagine of their life, resulting in a disconnected between their real life and their only person. This can negative impact their emotional development and their ability to cope with real world situations. There are a lot of cases as a result of insufficient restriction to young people, and sadly, there are many communities that focus on weak people to encourage them to do something against their bodies, life, or health.
Okay, guys, I don't agree with you because to start today, I must say that social networks today are everywhere, even almost imperceptible. In a call, in a photograph, in a virtual class, in a news story. Our society today revolves around social networks. They are essential to live informed about what is happening. So it is practically impossible to avoid adolescents' contact with it. In addition to being exhausting, we cannot spend all day checking their cell phones. In this case, telephones should even be created that do not allow access to these sites. Wouldn't it be better to educate children about its use and have active control by parents?
Okay, but it's crucial to acknowledge the potential risks associated with social media use. Already restriction might not be the most effective solution because social media platforms offer invaluable learning experience, fostering digital knowledge and encourage creative. Furthermore, many educational re, resource and platforms are interviewed with social media making in an integral part of modern education. Moreover, by hanging with peers globally, teenagers can develop cross-cultural competence and gain a broader worldview. Restricting access could potentially hinder their social development and limit opportunities for meaningful connections.
Okay, restricting social network is a way of restricting freedom of expression. Restricting the use of social network is in our young people or teenagers will only make them feel a greater desire to use this application. The best solution is to allow them to have access to this application, but not be able to differentiate the benefits and dangers that they entail.
Okay, now we start the second round. Let's go. Team A, please.
Okay, now uh, it's clear that we need internet, but if we need much more now, doesn't mean that it's not necessary to restrict it to young people. And I have a clearly example of that. In an article from CBC Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, they exposed a situation that took place on Twitter where a 20 years old student analyzed inspirational accounts 3 years ago when she was struggling with an eating disorder. She said that those communities were really dangerous and were struggling and were willing to help her with her eating disorder in the most negative way. So if a 20 years old student was a victim of those horrible communities, it will be easy for a teenager under 16 to become a new victim. In concordance with a study from the National Library of Medicine, it explains that social media being used by teenagers may be correlated to a non-adequate nutrition, obesity, dental caries, and unhealthy eating behaviors. Also, it is possible they are more likely to experience certain situations, such as behavioral problems, cyberbullying, online grooming, sleep difficulties, pornography, early sexual activity, sexting, and so on.
Okay, firstly, I would like to say thank you, Sylvia, for shedding light of the dangers associated with social media, especially when it comes to teenagers. And also, Jean-Claude, your insights into the cognitive and emotional development of adolescents are equally compelling. Also, for example, I think to build on this point, it's crucial to emphasize that unrestricted access to social media for teenagers under 16 can expose them to dangerous content and toxic communities. As responsible adults, it's our duty to protect them from these harmful influences. Also, I think in summary, that Sylvia example and Jean-Claude's insight underscore the urgency restricting social media for teenagers under 16 years old. It's not just about the safeguarding their physical health, but also protecting their mental and emotional well-being during this critical phase of this development. Well, mm, secondly, I would like to talk about that the other team said, and I have some question for them. For example, how can we ensure that all teenagers have equal access to digital literacy research? And also, are we assuming that every parent has the time for our knowledge and resource to educate their children about the responsibility social media use? Thank you.
Okay, Andres, thank you. About the conversation given by Gina, Mabeli, and remember Lisette, they talk about not giving permission on application used by children or put parental controls. But my classmates forget that children learn much faster for hours, and it's really easy to remove them. So I think this isn't a solution. My classmates also talk about social media networks being a way for learning, but really, if you think or look at the learning process, is minimal, or the information that you can approach in social media is minimal. One terrible example by social media is the suicides. In Colombia, there was both case occurred with a month where apparently two minors filed where their children receive a message in which the idea of suicide is idealized, giving details of methods or the letter left by a victim can hurt vulnerable children and precipitate the decision to take their own life. The most serious thing is that the phenomenon not only affect adolescents, but even children between 5 and 9 years old. In 2016, 5 cases of suicide were recorded in the age range, and 2017 there were 3 in our country. One phrase said by psychologist Lina Maria Saldarriaga was that there is a risk of making that decision, as the age means that child is suffering from a young age of the point taking is of life. I think social media induced suicide is more common than we think. There are a big phenomenon called the Blue Wall Hunt, which began in Russia for 4 years ago, left 4 minutes dead in 2017 in our country, for example, how I said previously.
Okay. I would like to start asking you if social media affects the development of children and teenagers. Let's now think, how can we contribute to that development? Hiding them from social media? I guess no. So I would like to continue with this question, and is what happens when you forbid something to teenagers? We all know the answer. Banning something just makes it even more tempting. And at the end of the day, and especially teenagers, decide what to do And it is common that if parents don't want kids or teenagers to do something, then they will do it and then can put themselves in danger. Even if law restricts social media to under 16, sorry, they won't easily stop using these social networking sites because there's no way to control it, as one person said. Now, I would like to make an example uh, in line with this topic. The Connected Kid study conducted by Kaspersky Lab, Icon Kids, and Youth Worldwide has revealed that 33% of Spanish children are willing to lie about their age when they use social networks. 17% pretend they are older, and 10% change their age depending on the restrictions. This is why we defend that prohibition leads to high prevalence of law breaking. Depriving younger people from access to social networks violates their rights of expression and information, as well as their ability to participate in society. Therefore, young people must be educated about the dangers you have exposed, because a good use of social networking sites does not put kids at risk. What is more, it would be advantageous if children are taught to use social media in a thoughtful way. They would be aware of everything they can find and learn how to behave properly online. Finally, I would like to add that there must be parental control that sets limits of the time of exposure and supervision of what children do on social media. In this way, it will be easy for children and parents to decide when is the right time to register on social networks and not something related to restrictions imposed by parents or by law. And this will empower autonomy and responsible making decision making.
Well, I agree when they mention that networks can teach a false way of how life should be. Social media such Instagram or Facebook, for example. But I think that it's necessary to show children how they could difference and above all, find the best way to use these tools, which like any tool can be used in a very good way. I understand when Andres, I remember, says that we cannot be sure that our parents can have the enough time to teach their children. Yes, but that also leads me to think that since you can be sure that by banning networks in any way, this could actually work. I think we should teach children how to use this because it's really see a really ban as very difficult. So mm, I think we have to use all the tools we have to our advantage. One of them may be the use of social network in an educational way. On social networks, we can find many education forums, reviews that can guide to them on many of the things that a child may need. In the ground of a child, many guides are needed and in a very friendly and empathetic way. There are reviews focuses on anecdotes which can guide children perhaps to find a career and the way they want to study or maybe discover new hobbies. Taking into account that not all parents have the resources to be able to monitor their children and taking in account that it is too difficult banning in a totally way the use of social network, what in what manners you can think that it could be possible?
Um, there are solutions for what you suggest. For example, governments can pressure to app developers to restrict access to teenagers. Why? No, how? Requiring an ID proof that they are on the legal age and restrict inappropriate content to people who don't realize this register. Um, I think social media should be providing because there are another issues that have not mentioned yet, like um, addiction. Social media platforms are designed to be addictive. Um, Another issue could be a driving accident. Um, Teenagers could be um, in warning due to online predators. Also could take um, risky behaviors. What what they see in the media. For these reasons, I think government could take these ways to provide the social media to teenagers.
Okay, in a previous intervention, Yesid and Andres said that information and data are revealed and are exposed are the safety and privacy and to be criticized. But I disagree because if they have concealing control the amount of information they post and they learn about network security, how to block content, and note what photos to post. As a result, the networks do not have the consequence that they mention. In my opinion, I believe that the use of device and social network use in a good way does not affect the development and education of young people. It is important to learn how to relate to the modern world, and nowadays, this is done through social networks and electronic devices. The fact the social networks are misused does not mean they are bad. It means that they are misused. But if they are used well, you can access to educational content, for example, information and current news. Instead of it, this network should be put to good use. And finally, should not be restricted. Its use should be controlled. Thank you.
We are getting to the conclusions, right? So that was for team B, okay? So we still need to listen to some of you.
We are in part number 3, teacher? Yes?
We are. So Elkin, go ahead.
Okay, let me talk. I like to use the information exposed on the internet to give counter arguments. Let me share some information with you about my arguments for and the argument that you are exposed. Okay, Gerson, Arizmendi and Lisette talk about parent controls, but parent controls is a good measure, but it's not enough. But white is not enough. And parent controls, parents don't have the enough time to watch children every time. We need to think that it's not only a work between parents and teachers, but also with the help of the platforms to combat that phenomenon and all sorts of that technology give us. we can try to control that. And imposing age restrictions, parents are encouraged to take more active role in their children's online activities. This involvement can lead to more informed decisions, better communication about online risks, about how much time the children are using or are, are searching bad sites, and we can establishment of guidelines for responsible social media use. Teenagers' brain, yes, is according to Maveli and Jeanette, is in constantly development, but making them that is a situation that making them more susceptible to external influence. Highlighted in the rebuttal, excuse me, and restricting access recognize that vulnerability of younger adolescents and aims to shield them from the potential harm caused by unchecked social media use. And age restrictions can help prevent teenagers under 16 and from accessing inappropriate content such as explicit material, hate speech, or extremist ideologies, which can have a lasting impact on their values and behaviors because they are very very small and they are in a constantly development. And another another argument that I have to this and these arguments that Julian talks about tools. We can use tools and their advantage. Okay, and we have challenge of enforcement, but enforcing age restrictions and can be challenging, but technology can play a role in addressing this issue. And now we have biometric authentication methods, such as facial recognition, are being explored by some platforms to verify users' age more accurately. Additionally, collaborations between social media companies and regulatory bodies can ensure better compliance. And let me give an example. And for instance, COPPA, or Children's Online Privacy Protection Act in the United States, impose restrict rules on how websites and online service, and you must obtain parental consent. And that illustrating that age verification is feasible. Okay, that is all my argumentation to counter argument your, excuse me, for arguments about restrict control is not the key. For our group, restrict control is the key because we have give us some information about what is the importance of that. And let me give us another in data about parent control. According to a survey that I just am searching, and the common sense media, 71% of parents are concerned about their children's screen time and monitor their online activities. Parental involvement is paramount in mitigating the negative consequence of social media use. But we need to encourage parents to play an active role, and according to the data from the Pew's Research Centers, show that parents who engage in conversation with their children about online safety tend to have children who report fewer negative online experience. We need to provide tools for managing their children's online presence. And that is all for
Thank you, Elkin. Jose, go ahead.
Of course, teacher. Well, I have two counter arguments that left me thinking. First, Jessie said that a concern is the potential for online predators to target young users. I think restricting access could protect them from harm. Child safety is paramount, but restricting social media isn't the only solution. Parents and guardians can play a crucial role by educating their children about online dangers and supervising their online activities. Social media companies should also enhance their age verification and safety measures. On the other hand, I think Elkin makes a valid point about parental supervision and the time that they have. But here's a counterargument. While parental guidance is essential, complete restriction of social media may not be the best approach. Restricting access might lead to curiosity and teenagers finding alternatives, less supervised ways to access these platforms. Instead, we should encourage parents to engage actively in their children's online activities, educate them about responsible users, and set guidelines for safe and balanced internet use.
Okay, thank you guys. You did a good job. I'm not sure if there is any other intervention to close. Any other one who wants to repeat?
Yes,
No?
teacher. Me.
Thank you, Gerson.
Yes, I see that the main point of discussion is about the limit or restriction about the age for the social media. So I would like give my last commenter about it because if we think society already sets age limits for other potential dangerous for our society, as activities as driving a car, drinking alcohol, uh, all to protect young people. Uh, Similar, restricting access to social network sites, I think is a reasonable measure to protect things from the ignorant risks associated with early exposed to inappropriate content and interaction with a stranger that we can or we can find things or in social media. It is teacher. Thank you.
Okay, teacher, and finally, as a short conclusion, I know it was an inspiring debate, and I want to reiterate it, our fair stance in a favor of restricting social media for teenagers under age of 16, of course, because our arguments have revolved around protecting the well-being of the children, and it is essential to emphasize why this is crucial for our society. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. You did a very good job. Now I'm going to send you to the rooms, well, any random rooms, the ones that Zoom organizes, and I will visit you, okay? So please be patient. If you see that you are in room number 7 or 6, take a break, because you know that I will take a little bit to get to you, okay? If you are in those rooms. So I'm going to ask Zoom to organize the rooms for me, of course, as always, and I will see you in a bit. Okay, wait a second. Perfect. Okay, guys, see you in a bit. Wait for me, please. Of course, I will start with room number 1, okay? Hello, Julian, Gerson, and Mabel. Okay, we are ready. This is going to be very short, very easy. Do not worry. And of course, it will be painless. Yeah, not painful, painless. Okay, so this is very simple. We are going to just analyze some pictures, okay? That's what we're going to do. So tell me who's first.
Analyze the pictures. Okay.
Some pictures, yes. So who's first?
I don't know.
Me teacher, I
Okay.
can.
Okay, Julian, thank you. Well, Julian. Okay, this is yours. Okay, Julian. Tell me, oh, sorry. Why might the people, this girl and this guy, yeah, have decided to learn this skill? So let's start with this one and then you will tell me with this one, okay?
Okay, the first picture, we can see a driving test. So the people might have decided to learn this skill because nowadays it is an important skill because almost the people needs have a car so to transport or anything. In countries like more development like USA, the USA, and when almost all people have a car, it is very important. So, and I think that it is the most important because they don't have something like an ID, so they use their car pass to like as a as an ID.
Okay, thank you so much, Julian.
The second one, well, as we have talked in the previous debate, and we are knowing that the social media and the internet is a great part of our life. So the adults, our parents, can be stuck in the previous things. So I think that is a good thing, and that more and more people, more old people, and can learn these new tools, because almost all of things nowadays, science, any document or any test, anything. For example, this test is using internet, Zoom, many tools that is very important in our life to can do almost anything. So I think that it is the 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 best reason to learn new skills using a computer or internet, social media, all of this.
Thank you so much, Julian. Okay, very good. Who's next? Mabel or Gerson?
Me, teacher?
Me, teacher.
Okay, so?
Me?
Okay, Gerson? Okay, Gerson. Oh, okay. Why have the people chosen these places to stay? Here we are with this one, and here we are with this one. So it's like very, very different, right? So start with the first one. Why these people have chosen these places to stay?
Okay, teacher, for this picture, I think is people who live in a big city. So these people don't have access or frequently access with the nature, and these people probably is worried or tired about the constant or heavy traffic in the city, for example, Bogota, and want to stay in contact with the nature. I think nowadays the big family, for example, choose this space for stay with more near contact with a relative or their family. I think these people is tired about because they are walking all of day, so decide to stay here and want to take a rest, and they have chosen stay here or this forest because it's a security. There aren't robberies. This teacher.
Thank you so much, Gerson. And what about this?
Okay, let me see. Okay, teacher. I can I can see a relation with the previously picture, because in this case I think people want to say people want to stay in a peaceful place. Probably these people come from a cold city, so want to stay or want to have a hot or a sunny day, stay with a less possible people near to stay. I think people decide to go a beautiful or a great place when they can take different picture by social media, for example. And I, if I analyze the picture is a beautiful place, so could be a new place where many people would like to go and know and takes a new cook, for example. I can analyze this is a place that is near to a one coast, for example, one example, Cartagena. This is teacher.
Thank you so much, Gerson. Okay, Mabel, you are next. Why do you think the people may have decided to compete? Because these are activities for competing. So let's start with this one first. Let's go, Mabel.
Okay, teacher. Why do you think the people may have decided to competitive? Okay, teacher. I believe that the people every moment want to competitive because the humans are competitive and every way and as some way to improve these skills, it could be playing whatever sport like football, basketball, soccer, basketball, and chess. Is a way to improve their skills, and I think is to a good way to keep they healthy, to keep healthy. And for example, the chess is good for develop your brain, and that's it.
Thank you. Okay, Mabel. And do you want to comment on this one? Or is the same?
Okay. No, I have a little more. Okay. I think this play is so interesting, and I would like to learn that, but I don't do it. But I think this play is an interesting play because I think we can develop our minds, our brain, and change the form of thinking about the world environment, and because it's a play about a strategic, and I think is so important to learn this play because you can apply it every situation, like employ, career, studying, something like that.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Mabel, Julian, and Gerson. It was a pleasure to meet you and have you in my class. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of cycles. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for all,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
You too. Thank you. Hello, Brian and Carlos. Let's do it.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. Who's first?
Hello, teacher.
No
Okay.
problem, teacher.
Okay, Carlos, you want to be first?
Okay, teacher.
So we are just going to analyze some pictures and that's it. Okay, very short. Don't worry. Okay, Carlos, look. Sorry. Look at this one. Why do you think the people? Oh, sorry. Okay. Why do you think the people may have decided to compete?
Yes, teacher. Yes, in this picture, I can see two meets in max competition because this is a typical scenario when the people do this sport, and in this moment the world go to the nose to the principal player in the stop the world for a bit the doing the goal, and in this moment is clear picture about this event because the wall is near to the face about this player. It's a bad situation because he need to see the wall in the rest of the match, and I only see two players, and the people or the person who stop the walls in the arc.
Okay, very good, Carlos. And you want to comment on this one?
Yes, teacher, this is a picture about two people. The people are playing ajedrez, teacher. I don't know how you say ajedrez in English, but it's
Chess.
this sport.
They're
Is
playing
the
chess.
same?
Chess.
Chess? Chess.
Chess.
Okay, teacher. This is a chess play. In this moment, the play are advanced or in initial steps because some piece about this plate are in the other place that original or initial play. In this case, the child and the old man, maybe the father, are playing. It's okay. The play is in a table, in a living room, in a house, and maybe the father are explaining the game the child because with the left hand are indicate one position, maybe the possible option to move the next piece.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Okay, very good. Brian, please. Ready, camera on.
Okay.
Okay, Brian, your pictures. Okay, tell me, why have the people chosen these places to stay? First this one, and then you comment on this one. Totally different places, right? Okay, go.
This one, there are many teenagers, a group of teenagers sharing in the nature, in a boot camp, maybe. It could be a school camp, or could be a rest of the week. Nature, it's a good place, especially for it to relax and to stay in a calm way. You also call count stories to other people. and it's a place where you can share your opinions and your feelings in a direct way with your friends, with all the um, impact of electronic devices or internet, social media. It could be a place to disconnect the, your brain from normal life, from technology, from stress, from the noise of the city.
Okay, and what about this one?
It's different place. You can swim all day and take bath of sun, and you could enjoy with your family or your partners drinking a nice beer or eating ice cream. Um, it's important the the climate because you shouldn't not swimming when it's raining, and it's important to make a warm up before you swimming because you could get a lesion in or a crack in your muscles. And it's important to use block some blocker because you are exposed to the sol ironies. And well, it's a good idea if you want to finish your week and to stay relaxed and do some exercise when you're swimming.
Okay, thank you, Brian, and thank you, Carlos. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you in my classes. I hope you guys have a wonderful life. Okay, bye-bye, guys. Take care.
Thank you very
Bye,
much,
thank
teacher.
you.
Okay, bye, guys. Hello, Jose and Andres. Who's first?
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
Yes, it's me. Me?
Okay. Okay. Cameras on, please.
Okay, teacher, sorry.
Okay, it is just to analyze some pictures, so this is very short. Do not worry. Okay, Andres, these are the pictures for you. Okay, tell me, why have these people, wait a second, okay. Why have the people chosen these places to stay? First, this picture, and then the second, which is very different. So you can start with the first one.
Okay, teacher, in the first picture, let me check because I'm connected by my phone. So the people to this place, I think is I forgot the name for this activity, but usually people have to bring a flashlight, I think, matches, or water, and 10, of course, and I don't know, a compass, I think. I think these are the first things that people usually choose in this place to stay and to get comfort in this activity.
Okay,
So
Andres.
now, and in another picture, on another photo, where I can see a pool when people is enjoying. People must to bring, for example, a woman a bikini Men's um, uh, this kind of clothes that used for displays, but in the moment I forgot the name. Is and also let me check. I think it's all the most important thing that people have to bring to enjoy their pool. Of course, if they have children, they need to be attentive to their children. And that's it, I think, teacher.
Okay, very good. Very good, Andres. Thank you. Okay, Jose, now your turn. These are your two pictures. Why do you think the people may have decided to compete? They are competing here and they are also doing it here. So let's start with this one. Jose, I can't see you very well. Can I see you? Okay, much better. Hello? Microphone off.
Okay, hello, teacher.
Okay.
Can you see my camera?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, why people? Okay. Okay, I think that people decide to compete for various reasons. About football, well, football is a team sport that fosters camaraderie and the thrill of competition. People compete in football to test their skills, work together as a team, and achieve a victory. I think that the competitive nature of football uh, I don't know these words. Well, can pushing individuals to improve their abilities. Personally, I appreciate the teamwork and strategy involved in a game, not in football, but in a game. I think is fun. And the second one is chess, teacher.
Yes, it's chess.
Okay, well, chess is a classic board game that I think challenge mental prowess and strategic thinking. People compete in chess. I think that to test their intellect, plan ahead, and I think the cerebral aspects of chess competition is, I think, stimulating, and it is a way to sharpen one's problem solving skills. Yes. Personally, I find chess to be a fascinating game of strategy. And that's it, teacher.
Okay, guys.
One
This is
is
the end.
individual, the other is groupal team, groupal kind of sport.
Okay. Well, this is the end. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for being my students. It was a pleasure. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of life. Okay? Bye-bye, guys. Take
Thank you,
care.
teacher.
Thanks
See
a lot,
you.
teacher, for everything that you gave us. Have a
Okay, Andres.
wonderful one. See you.
Okay. That was very nice to me, of course, as well. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.
Hello, Natalia and Jacid. Hello, hello.
Hello, teacher.
Okay. Who's first?
Me,
Hello,
teacher.
teacher,
Ah,
sorry.
sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry, Natalia. Okay, so who's first, Jacid or Natalia?
Me, teacher, maybe.
Okay. Well, this is very simple. This is very easy. We are going to analyze the pictures, each of you, and that's it, okay? So just see it, you start. These are the pictures for you. Tell me, how do the people in the pictures, yes, feel? Oh, sorry. How do the people in the pictures feel about working together? So you start with this first one and then with this one, okay? So how do you, okay, go ahead.
In the first question, what I see is a couple person is studying about maybe one exam, and the person stay in a library, or maybe the first person on the right of the picture stay in teaching other student, the second student. Okay, but one more, maybe studying chemical, or, or math. No idea what they do. Okay. What the people feel about working together? Maybe the person is uh, sorry, is this fruit? No.
Do you want me to show you the second?
Yes, the second. In the second, what I see is a group of the person in a meeting. Maybe they is preparing a meet about one product, or I don't know. Okay, and the main that is where blue t-shirt is not pay attention other the the post workers, because he is in a mobile.
Okay, thank you, Jessit. Thank you, thank you. Natalia, now is your turn. These are your two pictures. Why might the people have decided to learn this skill? This person learning how to drive and this guy learning something here. So analyze the first one, please. And then you tell me about the second. I don't know, but there was, oh my God, what happened? Can you guys listen to me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, sorry. Okay, here we are again. Excuse me, Natalia. Okay, let's go.
It's my turn, or is just it?
It is your turn, Natalia.
Sorry, teacher. Okay. Why might the people have decided to learn this skill? Okay, driving, right? I think learning to drive a car is an important skill that everyone should be learn, because you need to move different place. For example, uh, from your home to your job, or when you want to go to holidays, or when you need to help other people, maybe only you be in this place, and you need to learn uh, driving for help this person. And I think uh, it's, it's one of the most important skills that you need to learn. I particularly I want to learn, but in this moment is difficult, but I want to learn driving. Yes.
Very good, Natalia. Now the second one.
Okay. Well, in this society, it's important to improve your technology skills to be, I don't know how to say, but I think it's important. You need to learn these skills. Um, for example, for communicate with other people in different place or in other country uh, with your computer you can um, connect it with other people or for example in this moment with technology, you can study in your house and it's excellent. It's an important skill that we need to learn, teacher. I think.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Judith and Natalia. Thank you for being my students this time. It was a pleasure for me. Bye-bye, guys.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
hope
you,
you're the
teacher.
best. Okay. Okay.
Talking about
What
we say
happened?
like because we are talking since we are here in this room, we are talking about different things. And I say, imagine
In English, of course.
the teacher is listening to us and she say, "Oh, you are talking very good, so you have a 5."
Okay. And you guys will practice in English. Wow, that's awesome. You're very hard workers, of course. My dear friends, cameras on. Thank you. Who's first?
And me, teacher.
Okay. Thank you, Lisette. Okay, this is very simple. It's very easy and it's painless. It is just to analyze some pictures and that's it, okay? So we're going to start with Lisette. Lisette, these are your two pictures. Okay. How do the people feel about working together in these pictures? Oh, sorry, I don't think are you seeing my screen? Yes, right?
Yes, now I
Okay.
can see it.
Okay, how do the people feel about working together? So you're going to start with this one and then you will tell me about this one, okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, about the first one, they seemed concentrated. I think they really like what they are studying or what they are working on because they seem like they are working together. They are a team. I don't know if they are writing something or they are just reading, but they seem that they are interested in what they are doing. So I think they are comfortable with each other and they are working hard to achieve whatever it is their goal. Their goal, yes. And about the second one, um, can you please, teacher, go to the other one, please?
Sorry, yes, of course, excuse me.
Okay, thank you. About this one, okay. I guess most of them are concentrate. I see three of them talking. The man um, with the red. Oh my God, I forgot how to say that word. With the red shirt, and the woman in the middle and the blonde girl, they seemed concentrated. But unfortunately, the one on the right seemed to be more focused on his cell phone. And I think this is not comfortable for the others because maybe they are working hard and this one is like in his world doing, I don't know what he's doing, maybe chatting or just scrolling his cell phone. But I think some of them, but most, of course, of them are working hard, but there's one that is not concentrated.
Okay, very good, Lisette. Thank you. Okay, Sylvia, now it is your turn. These are your two pictures. Why might the people have decided to learn this skill? This one and this one.
For me, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why might the people have decided to learn this? Okay. First of all, I think it's because they are buying a car, or they are really, or she already buy a car or have a car. And because when you have a car or you are buying a car, also you need to know how to drive, because you can go out and start drive your car and also cause maybe an accident. Is it is important to do it, because if you're not uh, uh, take some drive courses, it is something that is irresponsible. So I think it's for that.
Okay, and what about this one?
Oh, the knowledge. I think because nowadays it is common to use technology for everything. So people want to know how to use it, and more like old people. Maybe he wants to watch a series or also communicate with relatives, and their grandson is helping him to do it. So I think it's because of that, because now technology connect us, even if you are in another country, or even if you are closer, but you want to call your, I don't know, your mother or your husband, you can do it easily with the technology, with FaceTime, or just test him or test her.
Okay, thank you so much, Lisette and Sylvia. This is the end of the exam, and thank you so much for being my students, for being always responsible, always active, always very hard workers, always very juiciosas, because that one doesn't have translation to English. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Thank
I really enjoyed the time with you guys, and of course you girls are very hard workers, and that's something we really appreciate. So I hope you guys can get everything in life, everything you wish. Okay, that's my wishes for you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
take care.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, girls.
Bye.
Hello. Hello. Judy and Jeanette.
Hello, teacher.
Okay, who's first? Cameras on, and let's do this. Who's first?
Hey, teacher.
Okay, well, this is very simple, very easy, very painless. We are going to analyze pictures, and that's it. So, Jeanette, these are the pictures for you. Okay, please tell me, sorry, why have the people chosen these places to stay? This first picture and this second place, which is different. Okay, let's go.
Okay, teacher. I think people chosen these places because are places where we can stay relaxed, and in order in order in order to environmental, to sharing with friends, without internet or social media, and where these people can uh, run, sing, eat some different, and tag all uh, without distractions.
Okay, Jeanette,
And
now.
about this one,
Yes, please.
okay, about this one, it is same as the other, a place where we can stay in relax. We can maybe they choose them for a holiday or for sharing with her family or friends, maybe family in another country or in the same country, but uh, they can swim in them. It's not to make some different as the same things that uh, we usually uh, do.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Jeanette. Now, Judy, your two pictures. Why do you think the people may have decided to compete in this first one and in this second one? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we can see two kinds of sport. The first one it's football, and the second one it's a class of a board game. Yes, and with that this kind of activity to show that we have many skills, and it's a way to demonstrate that we have a lot of skills is with competitions, and we have a lot of competition in our life, is especially when we when our job is an specific sport, and that's it.
Okay, Judy, is that you're coming for both of them?
Yes, teacher. For the second picture, you need to have different abilities, because in the first one you have to move and use a lot of your body, but in the second one you use more your brain. Yes, and you have to make a strategy to win to win the game.
Okay, thank you, girls. Thank you so much. Thank you for being my students this cycle. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of life. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, bye, girls. Nice, finally. I know you were waiting for me.
Hello,
Okay?
teacher.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, who's first? Who's first? Come on.
I don't know.
I don't have problem with start first.
Okay, Elkin. Okay, this is gonna be very simple. We are going to analyze two pictures and that's it.
Okay, teacher, let me move the screen to my second screen from my second I can. Okay, let me okay.
Okay.
I can move my screen.
Okay, Elkin. Why do you think the people may have decided to compete? Look at the pictures. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So why do you think the people might have decided to compete? May.
I think that the people decide to compete because that gives you a adrenaline sense of adrenaline. I play football. I played like a goalkeeper 5 years ago when I started in the university. I play football, and it's amazing being in a field playing football and with selection team with the team of Universidad Industrial de Santander, play against another universities like UNAP or UTS, and the classic rival. I don't know if the rival is the correct word, but is
Who
for
is
me
the
adrenaline.
Sorry for interrupting you. Who is the classic rival? The UTS?
UTS, las unidades is the
Yeah,
classic
but
rival.
why? Why?
The classic is the classic. The classic.
Okay.
And yes, emotions.
And what about this one?
I never play ajedrez, but
Chess.
I don't know what sensation they have in that moment. But I think that is the same sensation, no? You think to try to win the match in this you need to use your brain to try to your rival um lose the lose or make some mistakes for you will win if your rival makes some mistakes.
Okay,
I
thank you so much, Elkin. Okay, Jean-Claude, your turn. These are your two pictures
Okay.
to analyze. Why have the people chosen these places to stay? This is the first one, and this is the second place, which is totally different.
Okay, teacher, I think that the reason why the people choosing these places is because the city and the journey is very chaotic for us today. So the days that we can spend with our family or with our friends are very escasos. Yes. So for me, these places can give us the calm and the pacific context that we can think or be reflexive about our life or our jobs or our problems in the moment.
And what about this one?
It's the same. I think the places with sun, with weather, with drinks, give us a relaxing time, so we can enjoy with our families and with our friends a little space with some uh, enjoy. Yes, it's the same in the forest or in the swim or in Cartagena, Santa Marta. For me, is the same. The main reason is leave the city and the chaos and have a place where you can enjoy and relaxing.
Okay, thank you so much, Jean-Claude and Elkin. Thank you. This is the end, and thank you for being my students during this time. I really enjoyed the time together. I hope you guys can get anything in life, anything you wish. Okay, bye-bye,
Thank you,
guys.
teacher.
Take
Bye-bye,
care.
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care,
Estamos
guys.
en contacto de todas maneras.
Okay.
En Spanish.
Yes, you guys have my email, so whatever you need, that's okay.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
take care,
Okay,
guys,
teacher.
Bye-bye.
and
Bye.
enjoy your break.
Thank you, teacher.